Well, here we are. Hello to anyone that's listening currently. I was asked to put my story down, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry if the audio is not the greatest. I'm recording this on my phone, and I'm staying at a motel next to the highway, so you're probably hearing the cars. But I'm sure this will suffice for now. So, being on the road so much, you run into and hear a lot of stories. And, this one's not any different. You can choose to believe me or you can choose to not. I have no evidence to back this up, as a lot of these tales do. It's just if you choose to believe it, that's what it's all about. So one night, I'm traveling down the road. I'm not going to say where, just for my own safety and everyone else's involved. I'm traveling down the road, and I see this woman run out in the middle of the street. I slam on the brakes, and anybody who's slammed on the brakes on an 18-wheeler knows that's not easy to do. It takes a while to stop it that fast. Let's just say that. She runs up, and traveling down the road, you hear stories of, people setting up traps, to take your rig, kill you, or kidnap you. I mean, it's just a thing you know about. So I make sure my gun is in reaching distance because, this could be a trap. It could always be a trap. Call me paranoid, call me crazy, whatever. So, I unlock the door. She says that there's a car chasing her, that's following her. And so I told her to get in, and she's hysterical. This seems legit at this point. And she described the car as a blue car. I should mention this is at night, so she probably couldn't tell what kind of car it was. And, we're going down the road. I happen to look in my side mirror, and I see there is, in fact, a car a little ways down the road behind us. And I didn't think much of it, These roads are lonely, but, you're going to see a car every once in a while. A few minutes later, I look into the side mirror again, and it's even closer. Cut to that this car is driving right next to my rig. And they're seemingly, keeping pace with the rig. And so this woman notices the car and instantly freaks out. She says, "That's the car, that's the car, that's the car." And at this point, I'm wondering what to do. This isn't an easy decision. I could run him off the road, but what if this isn't the guy? What if this is a misunderstanding? What if this is a jealous boyfriend and that's all it is? The possibilities are endless. You can't look at a story at face value. At this day and age, especially in the middle of the night on a dark road. Again, I'm still thinking maybe this is a trap. You know what I mean? Again, call me paranoid or crazy, but when you're on the road at night and you hear stories and you've been robbed before, these thoughts come into your head. And so, at the risk of endangering myself, I thought the best course of action is come to a stop. She's hysterical. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'll take care of it." Grabbed my gun, got out of the vehicle. At this point, the car is stopped a little ways down. I'd say about 5 cars away from the rig. So I start to approach the car. I make sure I let them know I have a gun. And they take off. Get back in the rig. She's thanking me. She's saying I could have disappeared tonight. To make a long story short, she calms down and she starts telling me the story. She's a prostitute, and it's in the circle of prostitutes. It's a known thing about these certain vehicles that you don't get rides from, you don't do business with, and certain areas have certain cars that you avoid. In the certain area I was in, it's a blue Honda. She also said a little ways up, it's a red truck. In other areas, it's a green Lexus. And even then, there's a gray Volvo that seems to be seen in a lot of different areas. And that's the one that apparently is the most aggressive. The people will actually get out of their car to grab people. I'm just reiterating the story to you guys. And that's pretty much where the story ends. I, drop her off a little ways down. I did get her number because I want to make sure she got into her room safely and whatnot. Maybe I'll contact her about this again. Maybe I won't. But again, choose to believe me, choose to not. That is your choice. But I know what happened. And that's my story. Well, here we are. Hello to anyone that's listening currently. I was asked to put my story down, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry if the audio is not the greatest. I'm recording this on my phone, and I'm saying it.